What's going on, y'all? It's Rob with CinemaBullyZ. Today I'm going to talk about something that I experienced recently, and it was heartbreaking and, hurt me and the person involved, our mindsets and how our, veterinary clinics, hospitals, associations are, treating and just not caring about, the American bully breed as a whole. So on Mother's Day, which was a Sunday, CinemaBullyZ Furion had a litter due on Monday, the day after Mother's Day. The female ended up coming into labor on Sunday afternoon, and the person involved tried to call our vet that we use for our C-sections. The person didn't answer their phone calls, and they knew that the female was due Monday, definitely possibly could go into labor earlier on Sunday. And he just didn't answer his phone. And it sucks because he's a very good vet and takes care of us. And it's a shame that the chain of events that happened after, cost us, a very impressive litter. So the female went into labor, tried pushing, eventually nothing came out. So one of the puppies got stuck. These puppies were probably some of the largest puppies I've ever seen in a pocket breeding. Eventually I will post them. I'm not posting them because the other party is, hurting from the loss, because it was a big loss because the pups were very impressive. I mean, I can't believe they came out looking like they do, or they did. But and it just sucks. But so one got stuck. Immediately, the other party tried calling our normal vet. The vet, like I said, when I answered his phone, he was busy, whatever the case might be. It's Mother's Day, I get it. But he didn't help us out when we actually really needed help. Now, the chain of events after that were even worse, because the other party called about 12 vets in the New Jersey and Pennsylvania area. And none of the vets were willing to help. They weren't willing to perform the surgery, even though they had, they knew the risk for the mother and the puppies. I mean, if that puppy wasn't coming out, that she was going to die along with her puppies. And vets know this, they know what it is. They know about the bully breed. They understand that, we need C-sections, in some cases, especially ones like this, when one gets stuck. So she called all these vets. She tried going somewhere. They turned her away, and she even went to the extent of trying to meet up with someone that does them at their house, which I don't recommend ever doing that. But she was in desperation and really needed to save her dog. And if that was the case, the guy that does do them, apparently he's very good at it, and doesn't have any dogs die or puppies most of the time. I can't really speak on it because I don't know the person, but apparently that person just didn't show up. So she wasted 2 hours sitting around trying to wait for this guy. So in that time period, that's when the puppies all probably started dying, and the female's in labor for like 3 or 4 hours at that point. So very scary, very, high, emotions going, anxiety, stress. and I was out of the country at the time, so I couldn't help. They tried to get the puppy out with their hands, with forceps, everything. They couldn't get the puppy out. That's how big it was. And it's crazy how they want all this money for these C-sections, but then when we actually need one, they're not coming to help. They're not coming to help the breeders, because honestly, most vets don't like breeders. I mean, it is what it is, because they're dog moms and dog dads, and they believe in adoption and all that other stuff, which, yeah, I understand. I get it. There's plenty of dogs in the world that need homes, and they just don't like people that breed dogs, especially dogs like the American Bully breeds, because a lot of yous are breeding garbage dogs that should not be bred for medical reasons, for defects, which is a medical reason, but for physical defects, bad skin, bad allergies, with cardiac issues, with breathing issues, and vets are just getting tired of it. They're tired of seeing these poor dogs living a life that are suffering and look like trash. So the bully community as a whole needs to stop breeding dogs that should not be bred. There is a quote from breeders back in the day: all dogs aren't meant to be bred. And I am a firm believer in this, because of what I've been seeing so constantly in this bully breed community. And it just all starts with, the greed. It's greed, money and greed. Because that's why these extreme dogs even came into play, because of somebody's vision that worked, and they decided to rush it and keep breeding these extreme dogs, knowing that extreme trait was only going to carry over to a few of the puppies, if any. Because if you want the extreme traits to be consistent and true, you need to line breed that stuff for 5 generations or longer before that's part of that gene pool that's going to be consistent. So, and that's why I keep telling people, don't use big name studs. Build your yard from the ground up. Find a look that you like, inbreed that look, line breed that look, until you get a consistent look, and with no health problems, with no defects or anything like that. Then outcross it with one of these extreme dogs with extreme features, and hopefully you get the best of the best, and you get something that gets those extreme features but also gets the correctness and the look that you like. The whole litter won't be like that, but you might get half the litter like that. You might get 30% of the litter like that. You don't know. That's why you don't know what these dogs are going to be until they get older. All puppies look good. I mean, anybody can sell a puppy. Like I said, you get these big extreme dogs that produce classic dogs. How does that happen? I bred to an extreme dog. He was huge, big muscles, big bone, big head, and I got a classic. How did that happen? Well, it's because the genetics aren't tight enough. There wasn't enough inbreeding and line breeding in the heritage, or in the dog's pen, to make that throw true and consistent in those puppies. So, and that's what people just don't understand. So that brings me back to the vets. The vets know the market is flooded, like I said, with mostly trash dogs, like dogs that should not be bred. And vets know this. They're not stupid. they'll see your dog is with his high rear, easty-westy feet, hip dysplasia, breathing issues, can't breathe, heart murmurs and all that other stuff. And they look at you when you breed that dog like you're a scumbag. Like, they're like, I can't believe this fucking scumbag bred this dog. After I told him the dog had a heart murmur, grade 3, and had breathing issues and bad allergic reactions and this and that. And the guy still breeds the dog, or the woman still breeds the dog. So that vet looks at you like a piece of shit right off the gate. So what makes you think that all you people that are breeding dogs that should not be bred, what do you think your vets look at you as? They look at you as scumbags. I mean, plain and simple. I know if I was a vet, that's how I would look at you. Because, like I said, my dogs have been all health checked by my vets. None of them have heart murmurs. None of them have any, issues, with their lungs or with their hearts. Like I said, the only problem I have is a soft palate on my one male, and that's it. And that's the only health issue that I know of in my yard as of right now. Out of 8 dogs that I have. So, like I said, I'm still small. I'm nobody big in this game at all, by no means. But I'm trying to do the right thing by the breed and not shortcut nothing, and make sure my name sticks around for a while doing this. So hopefully these, vets see that kind of stuff with people that are doing right by the breed and just not breeding, for the greed and money, which, yeah, it's great. We're making money, we're making, good times, and we're producing cool dogs, some of us. Most of us aren't doing that. You guys are just breeding because, I can make money breeding dogs and da-da-da. That's cool. I mean, you can. But what makes you think that you're not going to piss people off when you keep selling dogs that die before they're 5 years old? Eventually, you're going to get a bad name for yourself, and by then, or, you might even be out of the game by then because you just get your money and bounce. So, I mean, like I said, people got to do better by this breed if you want this breed to thrive and get better. I know that's what I want to do with it. I mean, it's great, like I said, to make all the money and all that stuff. It's cool. But I actually love dogs and enjoy dogs, and I like training them. I like going to the shows, even though, like everyone says and sees, most of it's political. But, it is what it is. You step in that ring, and if you got the, best dog in the ring, if it's political or not, you should win. If you do what you do. I mean, if you got the dog that is, conformational, that fits the standard, that moves great, that has the ring presence, that's hard to beat all that. The substance, the bone, it's a whole bunch of factors that you need to get correct and figure out how to do it consistently before you step in that ring and you compete with people, that have been doing it for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, since the beginning. So, like I said, start doing right by this breed. Stop breeding garbage dogs. Understand line breeding, inbreeding before you guys breed to these, extreme wow factor dogs, because you're not going to get the look you want. You're not going to get the dogs you want. You might make some money, but then your dog's going to look like shit. And then they're going to be like, oh, who's that dog off of? Oh, Grand Champion so-and-so. Oh, well, doesn't look nothing like him. Yeah, because you bred it to a, crappy bitch. Or you bred a nice bitch to a crappy male and then end up getting, crappy dogs. It works both ways. But, like I said, look at all the greats that are in this that are good breeders, that throw consistent looks, and there's a few, and they know who they are. You guys know who they are. Look at their pedigrees. It's all inbred and line bred stuff. and their dogs are consistent. They look good. Some of them might not be show grade material, but they have the look that they want and desire, and that's what matters to them. They don't give a shit about the show ring. Not all of them, but even then, those, you know, extreme wow factor dogs produce show quality dogs too. And then some of these dogs that are more of a classic style bully that, you know, could be champions or grand champions, they might throw dogs with extreme features or big dogs. There's a couple of dogs like that. So do your research, understand what you're doing, and understand in the Midwest they already stopped helping a lot of these bully breeders in some, you know, states already. Prices are going up for C-sections, for progesterones, for, you know, TCIs. It's all going up. So understand that, you know, they're trying to weed out the cheap people that are trying to make money and not spend money. And that's what they're doing. So pay attention. Hopefully, you know, people start fixing their stuff and making it better. And stop breeding dogs that shouldn't be bred. Hope this helped you guys out. And, you know, tell me what you think about what I said. See, I mean, I'd like to see if you guys agree or not. If you guys don't, drop it below. Let me know why you think that you should be breeding shitty dogs and you know, dogs with health issues and defects. Because I'm curious. And then they'll say because the dog's a tool. Because a lot of tools look like shit. So, I mean, and they're not tools. They're just big dogs that aren't genetically correct. That's plain and simple. That is what it is. Speak the truth. I don't care if I offend you, I hurt your feelings. It's not towards directly at anybody, but it's just what I see. So, like, subscribe, comment, follow me on IG, TikTok, Facebook, and let me know what you guys think. All right, later.